In international business, there are two types of operating companies. There are B2B and there is B2C as well. The difference between these two is who the final consumer is. They mean business to consumer and business to business. So a company can sell its products to another business, that is B2B, a juridical entity, or it can sell its products to an individual like you and me, and we call him a consumer, that is B2C. The first B comes from the business, the seller. So in both cases, companies must engage consumers and build profitable relationships with them. The main important idea in marketing is that a company, so a business, in order to make profit, should identify a need, a want, a demand, or a problem that its buyer has. It doesn't matter if the buyer is an individual, a consumer, or if the buyer is another business. The company should identify the problem that it can solve with its product or with its service. So in other words, the companies come up with a product or with a service that solves a need, a want, a demand, or a problem for its buyers. Although all individuals are different, so the consumers, marketeers have discovered that we go through the same process when we want to buy something, and they called it the buying decision process, and I've created a separated video about it, and you can watch it by clicking on the info card right here or find it in the description below. Just like the regular consumers, when businesses buy something, so the companies buying from other companies, they also go through the same process. It is separated from the consumer one, but it is the same for all businesses, and in this video we talk about it. It's obvious that marketeers want to sell more and more in order to increase the profit of a company. So in order to do that, what they want to understand is how we react to what they call marketing stimuli. So it doesn't matter if we talk about consumers or if we talk about companies, marketeers want to understand our triggers and how we react when those triggers are pushed, so they can be able to create the best marketing strategies that would make us buy their product. In this video, we talk about the buying process businesses go through when they want to collaborate with new suppliers. Marketeers discover that no matter if it is about individual consumers or companies, so other businesses, they go through the same buying process, separated for consumers and businesses. If you would like to watch a video about the buying process of consumers, I've created a separated video about that you can watch in the info card right here or find it in the links down in the description below. Buyers who face new and complex buying decisions go through all 8 steps in the business buying process. The buyers who make rebuys often may skip some of these stages. Either way, the company business buying process, also known as the business buying process, is usually much more complicated than this model suggests. Now that I've presented you the entire model with all the 8 steps a company goes through, I will go in depth and explain each individual step. As some of them are self-explanatory, I will skip them and only add information when it's relevant. The problem recognition is the first step of the business buying process, in which someone in the company recognizes a problem or need that can be met by acquiring a good or a service. General need description is the stage of business buying process in which a buyer describes the general characteristics and quantity of a needed item. Product specification is the stage of the business buying process in which the buying organization decides on and specifies the best technical products characteristics for a needed item. Supplier search is the stage of the business buying process in which the buyer tries to find the best vendors. One thing to mention, if you're a student or you're looking to enrich your vocabulary with all these marketing terms, you don't need to take notes of it. In the links down in the description below, I've created a separated file that acts like a dictionary for all these marketing terms, and you can download it, so have it, don't need to write down any notes of the definitions. Going back to the 5th step of the process. Proposal solicitation is the stage of the business buying process in which the buyer invites qualified suppliers to submit proposals. Supplier selection is the stage of the business buying process in which the buyer reviews proposal and selects one or more suppliers. Order routine specification is the stage of the business buying process in which the buyer writes the final order with the chosen suppliers, listing the technical specifications, quantity needed, expected time of delivery, return policies and warranties. Finally, performance review is the stage of the business buying process in which the buyer assesses the performance of the supplier and decides to continue, modify, or drop the arrangement. These were the definitions of each individual step. Let's now take a break and look at each one individually in order to grasp the understanding of it. You have a company that produces furniture. To produce furniture, you need to assemble wooden planks. Therefore, you need a supplier that provides you all the needed sizes of wooden planks. So in the first step, you recognize that you have a problem. You have a need for wooden planks. And then secondly, you go and describe that need. What sizes are the planks that you need, the colors, the dimensions, everything about those planks that you need. Now you go in depth with product specifications. So you describe all the cuts, all the edges, all the assembly type of structure that you need in your wooden planks, and then you go further and supplier search. So you look for a supplier that can provide you the wooden planks with the specifications that you asked. Going on, you have already found some suppliers and you will have a proposal solicitation. So you will ask them to give you an offer. If they can produce the wooden planks that you need, they will give you an offer with the price, the terms of delivery and all that. And going on, you have the supplier selection. So after you saw all their proposals, you can finally select usually one or maybe two suppliers that you will go on with. And of course, the last steps is to order routinely from that supplier. So you have order routine specification. You will say, hey, I need this amount of wooden planks, this quantity on these delivery times every X day of the month. So you establish the terms and conditions of your contract basically. And after that contract starts going and you start receiving, you have a long-term collaboration with them you're looking forward to, you have a performance review. So you review how good your supplier acted. Now that you have an overview of all the process and all the specifications, let's go in depth and see what information is needed for each individual step. In the general need description for standard item, this process presents few problems, while for complex items, the buyer may need to work with engineers, users, consultants, and others to define the item. In product specification, we also talk about product value analysis, which is an approach to cost reduction in which components are studied carefully to determine if they can be redesigned, standardized, or made less costly to produce. The team decides the best product characteristics and specifies them accordingly. Considering the popularity of the internet, in Supplier Search, one of the supplier's tasks became getting listed in major directories and build a good reputation online in the marketplace. In business proposals, business marketeers must be skilled in researching, writing, and presenting proposals, almost like salespeople, because proposals should be marketing documents, not just technical documents. Proposals should inspire confidence and stand out from competition. During supplier selection, the buying center often will draw a list of desired supplier attributes and their relative importance. Such attributes include product and service quality, reputation, on-time delivery, ethical corporate behavior, honest communication, and competitive prices. In order routine specification, many large buyers practice vendor-managed inventory. This is a system where they turn over ordering and inventory responsibility to suppliers. Buyers share sales and inventory information directly with their suppliers, so the inventory can be stocked automatically when needed. Finally, in performance review, the seller must manage the total customer relationship, not just the individual purchases. This was everything for this video regarding the business buying process. Remember that businesses act similar as individual consumers, and although they go through separated processes of buying when they buy something, those processes are the same for their category. So if you would like to learn about the factors that influence the consumer buying behavior, I've created a separated video that you can watch right here in the info card or find it in the links down in the description below. One more thing before you go watch another video of mine. If you are an entrepreneur, a manager, or you own your very first business and you're watching these videos to learn about marketing and public relations, to build your business plan for the company or to build your marketing or communication strategy, you want to check the links down in the description. I've created a professional academic manual that goes step by step through all the information you need to know in order to be able to create a personalized marketing strategy, a personalized communication strategy that it is a whole business plan for your company. You will also find a notebook that once you complete after you've read the manual, it is your very first business plan personalized for any type of company you may own. So therefore you want to check the links down in the description. If this video helped you, you can thank me by buying me a coffee. There is a link in the description for that. I run on a lot of coffee to create these videos, to research the information, to film the videos, to edit and post it on YouTube so you guys can watch it for free. And you may also become a member for my channel. Now you can join and support my channel. There is a button below the video that you may want to check. And also there is the classical thank me button that is a like, a subscribe or a comment. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. You know how YouTube is nowadays. And this was everything for this video. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.